Greetings and namaskara, everyone. This Samarian Academy Publications presentation is by Satguru Bodhinatha Velan Swami and is drawn from Gurudeva's 1977 Master Course and is entitled The 8 Great Shaktis of His Majesty, Lord Shiva. Let's start with a comment on the concept of Shakti. A common symbolism is to depict the deity, such as Lord Shiva as male, and the god's energy or Shakti as his spouse. God is everywhere seen as the beloved divine couple. Philosophically, however, the caution is always made that God and God's energy are one, and the metaphor of the inseparable divine couple serves only to illustrate this oneness. An analogy that focuses on the energy aspect of Shakti is to think, Shiva is the fire, Shakti is the heat of that fire. Each of the 8 Shaktis of God Shiva has a color. The first Shakti is yellow, the second is royal or sapphire blue. The ruby red third Shakti is beautiful to behold. The fourth is green, the emerald Shakti. The fifth orange. The 6th, light blue. The 7th, lavender coming into purple, His Majesty's royal color. And the 8th is white, fading into colorlessness. These are similar to the colors that manifest in a rainbow. The first Shakti, yellow in color, emanates the feeling of love and compassion that the good person naturally has for his or her immediate family. Love and harmony within the nuclear or joint family is most important to all Hindus, and the beautiful feeling when it exists is the first Shakti of the Lord. The second Shakti, sapphire blue in color, is the same feeling but extended to relatives, neighbors, and friends, all who are part of the extended family. This is more difficult to hold, as inharmonious conditions often arise. These are called Asuric forces, which come between people, causing misunderstanding and upsets. Through prayers and through worship, the first Shakti can be extended beyond the circumference of the immediate family. The third Shakti, ruby red in color, is the same love extended to all persons one has dealings with in the external world. Business associates, a casual merchant, and the public at large. It is honest and harmonious relationships in conducting the business of trade and dealings in goods, finance, and the distribution of the wealth of the world. The fourth Shakti, emerald green in color, brings through the creative, intuitive mind, the love of culture and all that it brings, religious formalities and the respect and appreciation of discipline. Here we find the vibration of religion, which brings as a boon creativity in music, art, drama, and the dance. It is through the fourth Shakti that religious practices are performed consistently. The fifth Shakti, orange in color, extends into the wonderful feelings obtained by the outpouring of love of God Shiva and the gods of Shaivism. This gives the added boon of being able to be charitable. For those who love God, perform charity, build shrines and temples, and participate in the overflowing generosity of their abundance, earning the good Dharma, fine merit accrued for this life and passed on to the next. The sixth Shakti, light blue in color, is only felt in yogic meditation, when the crown of the head becomes the temple, the high-pitched E-tone ringing within it like a temple bell, and the Kundalini awakened, the camphor light aglow. The sixth Shakti entrusted to Lord Murugan is that of yoga, the awakening of the Kundalini, which should never be vied for until the first 5 vibratory rays of the Lord have been maintained and are a natural part of one's life. The seventh Shakti, lavender in color, is the great ray of the giving forth of spiritual teachings from the brink of the Absolute, at which point Lord Shiva and his son Lord Murugan merge. This great Shakti is held by the rishis and the saints of our religion. Lord Murugan himself is the preceptor of all of our religion. The yogi, thus locked in his own yoke, finds himself seated on the fifth Shakti, supported by the lotus petals of the other four. In his state of yoga, he then merges into jnana, and the answers to his deepest philosophical questions become crystal clear as the seventh Shakti penetrates the Akashic ether of his mind. The Eighth Shakti, white in color, is the outpouring power felt when mind collects itself, when it comes out of the self, Parashiva, and then forms into manifest knowledge, the seventh Shakti. The seventh and eighth Shaktis are the Shiva Shakti, the great dance of creation. These vibratory rays can be felt through your body, especially the first five. They should always be with you. Lord Ganesha, Mahadeva, son of Shiva Shakti, is the governing Lord over these first five Shaktis, and in his multi-faced form is shown having 5 faces. It is important to always worship Lord Ganesha first, before worshiping Lord Murugan or Lord Shiva, for in doing so you acknowledge the mind, the universal mind, the existence of the 5 rays he's guardian of, and then he releases you, or the conscious and subconscious mind releases your awareness to your soul, so to speak. A little more obscure are the 6th and 7th Shaktis. Lord Murugan, Mahadeva, son of Shiva, is the Lord of these 2 Shaktis, and in his multi-faced form is shown having 6 faces. It is important to worship Lord Murugan before beginning the worship of Lord Shiva, as an awakened Kundalini is needed to reach into the extremely subtle inner realms in which Lord Shiva resides. Our lexicon defines Kundalini as she who is coiled, serpent power, the primordial cosmic energy in every individual which, at first, lies coiled like a serpent at the base of the spine, and eventually, through the practice of yoga, rises up to Sushumna Nadi. As it rises, the Kundalini awakens each successive chakra. Returning to the 8 Shaktis, the 8th Shakti of outpouring power felt when mind collects itself, when it comes out of the self, is that of God Shiva himself. Emanating out from the 8th Shakti come forth the other 7. In Gurudeva's teachings, he often stressed the importance of building a religious foundation, making manifest the first 5 Shaktis in your life through the worship of Lord Ganesha. Ganesha worship is the age-old religious pattern performed through eons of time, not uncommon too, but found in each of the 11 religions of the world and multitudes of faiths. The height of religious experience in many religions is to uphold the first 5 Shaktis. And this is basically the extent of religion. For once religion is secured in one's life, yoga, finding the temple within, going into that temple, merging within the sanctum sanctorum with Supreme God Shiva, is the next and most natural unfoldment. Most importantly, coming out of the practice of yoga, the Hindu who practices yoga has the firm foundation of the vibratory rates flowing through his nervous system of the first 5 Shaktis of Lord Shiva maintained within him through his personal association with Lord Ganesha. Thus he does not fall into an abyss. What is the abyss? It is the way of adharma and the fate of those who neglect religious practices or fall from any vows they may have taken along the way. There are 5 abysses, and they are the exact opposites in vibration to the first 5 Shaktis, so carefully guarded by Lord Ganesha. The first abyss is inharmonious conditions within the home, fighting and squabbling among those who are near and dear to each other. This makes strong samskaras, or scars, in the subconscious mind, and begins to create a subconscious that opposes any kind of furtherance of religious life. The first, therefore, is the deepest abyss and the most difficult to rise out of. Said another way, spiritual progress is not possible if one expresses devotion at the temple, but then comes home and expresses anger to family members. The second abyss is inharmonious conditions and misunderstandings, allowed to exist without apology recompense, or forgiveness between acquaintances, friends, and relatives not living in the immediate home. The third abyss is that of worry and trouble. The courts of law handle this one, the collection agencies, and displeased customers. Lack of courtesy in business affairs, the borrowing and the lending of money, all together throw their power into making a luscious, comfortable, luxurious abyss of inharmonious conditions within the business world. The fourth abyss is a most treacherous one, and even though some may have avoided falling in the first three, they may still find themselves in this one, turning their back on culture, scholarship, serious literature, and philosophy, despising music, art, drama, and the dance, ridiculing religious people and their practices, content with the libertine, dull, drab life of material things. The fifth abyss is the dismal condition one experiences when devoid of the childlike spontaneity of spiritual giving, worship, and religious service. When this abyss grips and shrouds the soul, it is the negative vibration felt by the person who feels nothing when he goes to the temple, sees the deity as a piece of stone or metal, and who observes and faults those around him. In the realm of Lord Murugan, there are no abysses. Neither the sixth Shakti nor the seventh have a corresponding abyss. However, once these two Shaktis are sought for through the practice of Kundalini Yoga, the force of them will fling the yogi back into the 5 positive Shaktis of the Lord, or one or more of the 5 abysses of the Asuras. It is plain to see that the doors of each abyss must be firmly closed, sealed off, before serious yoga practice is sought for or performed. There are 13 vibratory rates in all. 8 are positive and 5 are negative. Within all of them, beings live in the first world and the second world. The Devas and the Asuras are thusly explained. In Hindu mythology, there is as much reference made to the Asura as to the Deva, and this is because the Devas live within the first and second worlds in the first 5 Shaktis. The Asuras live within the first and second worlds within the first 5 negative force fields. It is this that makes duality seem real, and it is all of Lord Shiva, both the negative and the positive, the Asuras and the Devas, within the realm of Lord Ganesha. Each Asura could well be likened to a Deva in an abyss, not to be feared, but prayed for and lifted out into the harmonious force fields. Asuric forces are not a counterpart to good, nor do they equally balance good. They are counterbalanced by the 6th, 7th, and 8th Shaktis. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.